friends, this is Stephanie with Stephanie's Yarn Escape. Thank you for joining me today for episode number 87. This is a crochet podcast where I take you on my yarny adventures in hopes that you find some sort of inspiration. So grab your favorite beverage, prop those feet up because you deserve to, and enjoy what I have to share. So I don't have a whole lot to share today. I did release a video last week, which was a longer video for me, simply because it was about a month since I recorded last, so I had a lot to share. Now, it's been a week. I did make some progress on a few things. Amongst that, I've been trying to organize my yarny goodness. And amongst that, I released a video Thursday, I believe, about being 2023 year of the stash. So I'm really trying to get organized with all the yarn stash and moving things around because things became a mess over the past few months. And honestly, I enjoy organizing my yarn stash. I start feeling more inspired to do things. Sometimes that is a bad thing because I want to start all new projects. And sometimes I realize that I have yarns in my stash that I haven't seen in a long time, and I get really excited about it. It's like shopping in your own stash. I love it. So I'm going through that right now as well too. So check out that episode if you want to see the yarn stash, year of the stash journey. I don't know how often I will be releasing videos. I do want to do one of all my whips, like old whips I haven't touched for a really long time, and I'm going to decide if I want to frog them or complete them. So, and I have just the way I'm trying to keep track of things this year. So if you're interested, check that out. Let's just drink some hot tea today. So I did, like I said, have some progress on some whips. I do have a finished object, kinda. That will make sense later on, I promise. So what have I been working on this week? Well, let me tell you. The first project I'm working on, these projects here that I'm going to show you really have my attention. These are the ones I'm really excited to work on. So that's what I'm trying to work on this year. I do have some projects I got to get on the hooks. For some coworkers are pregnant, so they're requesting something. So I got to get those started because I want to be running out of time and I want to do some things with that and make sure they have it on time. So I will be getting those started soon. So the first project that I'm working on, that I worked on, I guess I should say, is my gnome blanket. And let me tell you about this. So here's where my stitch marker is from the last time I showed you guys. I have the beard on now. I love working on Grafgans. They are probably one of my favorite things to work on. This is going to be a gnome. And if you guys watched my last episode, I was with my local yarny friend. We were shopping. We were discussing our stash, hence 2023, year of the stash. She's also doing that as well. And I've been wanting to make this gnome blanket. My friend has made quite a few, and she loves it. And then I just love when she sends me pictures of them. And I've been wanting to make a gnome blanket for so long, and either something come up, I had to make these other things, or I don't know, what have you. I always had an excuse why I couldn't do it. I want to finish my current whips first before I start something new, and yada, yada, yada. Well, I said, forget it. I want to make a gnome blanket. So once we were done shopping, that's what I did. That evening, I went through my stash, picked out some colors, and I started a gnome blanket. And that's what I did. And that's where we are. It did get a lot of love this week. It was a very busy week. So these here, if you're not familiar with Grafgans, this is a single crochet. Now you can do Grafgans in different stitches. You can do corner to corner, mini corner to corner, half double. You can even do double, but you got to remember your size is going to be different. Your picture may be different looking. So if you do like, in my opinion, if you do like a corner to corner, your graph is more pixelated. And I have done corner to corner graph GANs and they turned out gorgeous. And then if you want more definition, single crochet is the way to go. So you can get more of a, I don't even know the words I'm trying to say. It's less pixelated, if that makes any sense. More defined lines, maybe? I don't know. Does this make any sense? Probably not, but here we are. So I'm doing this in a single crochet. And what this is actually, the graph for this is from one of Annie's Christmas time magazines. We had purchased 2 of them. Was it 2 Christmases ago-ish? It's been a while. And it was actually, the graph is for an end of the scarf. So you had a scarf that wrapped around and it was 2 gnomes at the end of your scarf. And so we took that, well, my friend took that and turned it into a gnome blanket. And I was like, oh, that's a good idea. So I went and did that too. And the yarn I'm using for that, like I said, I was pulling from stash. So that's how I got these colors. Now I do want to make more of these because I have other color combo ideas that I'm pretty sure I have in stash. And my yarn stash journey that I'm on, 2023, year of the stash, is going to my stash first. If there is something that I need that isn't discontinued, a color like a tan color or something, then yes, I will buy that yarn. But in the meantime, I'm going to see what I have in my stash first. So I had tons of what I needed for this blanket. It's this Loops and Threads impeccable yarn that you can find at Michael's. For the beard, this is pale gray. And then for the gnome body and the hat, I'm using forest green. And for around the gnome, I'm just using white. And upon looking at my stash, oddly, I have a ton of skeins of impeccable in white. Why? I don't know. Because I'll go to the store and I'm like, oh, you know, just shopping to be shopping for yarn, and I get like a color combo or something, and then I just add more white. I don't know. That's the only explanation I can have for that. I have like 10 balls of this white. It's 100% acrylic, 4 medium, 285 yards. So that color combo is making up my gnome blanket. I am going to do some sort of border. Haven't decided yet what I'm going to do with that, but here we are with the gnome so far. Enjoy working on that. The other project that has my attention is my mosaic crochet blanket. It's the Shoal Watch blanket. I actually printed out the pattern. Here it is. It's in black and white. It's a pay-for pattern off of, you can get either Etsy or Ravelry. And yes, I am enjoying this. It's a lot of work, but it really is keeping my attention. Let me show you so far. Here it is so far. Now I'm just starting the picture. Like, this is the bottom of the tree trunks. So I'm down here at the bottom, and I'm starting the tree trunks, and I can't wait till I get into the trees and stuff. So I'm very excited about that. There's so many things you can do with this. You can, because I'm pretty sure I have to go look at their, see what they have available as far as patterns, but I think you can mix and match some pictures and stuff to form your own. And I believe this one came with a cabin pattern that you can add into it. I have a friend who did that. She put a cabin up here. So sick cute. Turned out amazing. And yeah, it's something's going off my phone. think someone's trying to call me. Saw a message pop up. So hopefully this is still recording. Okay. I don't know what was going on there. I think someone's trying to call me on my cell phone. And I have it on Do Not Disturb so I don't get noises and stuff. You guys don't hear all that stuff and interruptions. So, anywho, back to this. So the mosaic crochet, it is a lot of work. You work on it one row at a time. You work on the right side only. So you cut your yarn at the end of every row and you start it, then you alternate colors. So if you have like 2 colors, like mine's gray and white. So one row's gray, next row's white. So you start a new row every single time. You're working on the right side only. And these stitch markers are for my graph. So you work the graph, I think this one's 8 repeats. And you just continue on. I did watch some tutorial videos on it, on how to do it. Because when I first looked at the pattern, I started reading the instructions for this pattern. I was like, oh my goodness, what I just get into. And so there's some links in the pattern to teach you how to do mosaic crochet. Thankfully, I watched this because it cleared a lot of questions that I had. And so if you do something like that, I highly recommend you watch some tutorial videos on how to do that so you can get a grasp on what's happening, how your pictures are formed, and such. But I'm enjoying this. This is super soft. I can't wait to get to the trees. And let me tell you about the yarn I'm using. Did I put a stitch marker from when I worked on it last? I don't know. I think I only did. Yeah, I did. Put a Christmas tree in. So I think I only did 2 or 3 rows. I didn't do a whole lot. It's like 3 rows. I didn't do a whole lot because the last time I worked on it, I messed up the row I was working on, and I had to take that row out because I messed it up pretty good. Here's the back of it. So, and it's a good size. This is really big. So the yarn I'm using is this Hirschner's Worsted Heathers. And this is the color, I'm assuming gray. Woodland. And it's 100% acrylic. 4 medium, and there is 489 yards. And I had a ton of these skeins. And when I went shopping with my friend there right after Christmas, yeah, I was going to get the yarn for this blanket, and you need quite a few skeins. Like, it requires like 2,000 of each color, over 2,000 yards of each color. So it takes a lot of yarn, but it's a good size. So thankfully, when I was working on something else, I saw I have a bunch of these skeins. So I'm like, perfect. I'm just going to use that. And I'm mixing it with, I love this yarn in white. And this is 4 medium, 100% acrylic, 355 yards. So my trees are going to be white. And my background color is going to be gray. So I'm basically doing the opposite of this picture. Excuse me. And some of the ones that have already been done of this, gorgeous color combinations. They used a variegated yarn for the trees. You can, once you see what other people have done for color combinations, you're like, I don't even know what I'm going to do now. And like I said, I'm trying to go from stash. So I have tons of this gray. So we're going to do that. And white is like a staple color in my collection. So I should have enough. I might have to get some more of I Love This Yarn White, but that should be about it. Maybe a skein or 2. And yes, so I'm enjoying this. I really am. So there's that. And then I put some of this back in the bag because I'm losing some space here. That's the other thing I'm trying to adjust to with this setting for my videos, is adjusting to the space that I have. And I'm working on it. I'll find the right combo here. So this other project got just a little bit of love. It is my friend's square blanket that I'm making. I don't even have an overall picture for you guys. I just have a bunch of... This is by Chaos and Chop Suey. And it can be found on Ravelry. I love the show Friends. So therefore, when I saw this, and I saw Blue Hearted Crochet, she's the first one, like, that's how I discovered her channel. And it popped up on people you may like, or channels you may be interested in on my YouTube. And I watched one of her episodes, and she was making that Friends blanket. And I was like, oh, I'm going to have to do this. So I am. It didn't get a lot of love. Now, I want to make this pattern for my local fair next year. I want to make the blanket. And I started it quite a few months ago, and I'm only on square number 2. We had, you know, if you guys watched my previous episodes, we had some stuff happen. So it slowed me down a little bit. That's okay. We are chugging along. When I show this to you, you're going to be like, what is that? Trust me, it is controlled chaos. Don't be intimidated by it. But here's all my bobbins. I'm working on the glass. I'm working on the turkey square. So I finished the square with the couch, which is the couch that's at Central Perk, if anybody's seen Friends. And this is the turkey, one with the turkeys. If you guys remember the episode with the turkey and the sunglasses and a little hat. It's a mess. I don't know how any other way to show this to you guys because of all my bobbins. I'm almost to the end where my bobbins are going to be coming off. So until then, this is what you guys can see. Oh, this is a mini corner to corner. Now you can do this in just like other graftans. If you're familiar with graftans, you can do this in single crochet. You can do a regular corner to corner, half double, whichever, because you follow the graphs and you just change the color according to how you're doing it. I decided, and the pattern, is a mini corner to corner. That's initially when she's talking about it. She's doing a mini corner to corner, which is chain 2 and 2 half doubles instead of your regular corner to corner, which is chain 3, 3 doubles. Which I like it. It gives it makes it less flowy, but it does change your size. So when you choose another stitch, you got to remember your size is going to change as well too. So I'm doing a mini corner to corner. And what I like about this pattern is she uses I Love This yarn. But she also gives you, if you choose to use Red Heart, and there's another one, I think it's a DK weight yarn. But she gives you the colors to get the picture as best as you can. And in like my friend's blanket, Hobby Lobby didn't have the one tan color, so I had to use Buff, which she suggested of using. So I really like that, to get the right colors so your picture matches. Now I gotta get moving on this because our fair is at the end of July, beginning of August. And I don't want to run down to the last minute of the wire trying to work on it and piece this together and not be able to enter it. So I did work on it a little bit. The yarn I'm using is all Hobby Lobby I Love This yarn. And it's all stored in here. I got soft pink. That's for the turkey. And then you got a little bit of... I don't want to take this all out, so I'm just going to show you a piece. This is Rosy Cheeks. This is for the definition of the turkey. This is, it's all I Love This yarn. This is Desert Glaze. This is for the on the glasses, the part that covers your eyes. And then Yellow, which is for the rim of the glasses. And then I will be adding in some Cranberry, which is for the hat. And then some Sun Gold, which is for the tassel of the hat. And so if you're not familiar with I Love This yarn, it's 100% acrylic for medium, 355 yards. One thing I wanted to do about this too, that I wanted to use I Love This yarn, is it's one of my newer favorites, and I don't have a whole lot of it. And I like having options of going to my stash when I just need, I like the option of different colors and stuff. So I was looking forward to increasing my I Love This yarn stash by doing this, and I Love This yarn. With the year the stash, if I need the colors, now I didn't buy all of the ones for this square because I had some of the colors already that I used in previous projects. I'm only going to buy it if I need it. So if I don't have, but I want to keep it with I Love This yarn. I want to keep the same consistency and texture and how it feels. So unless I have to substitute it with Red Heart, if they don't have that color. But I will purchase the colors I need for this. There's some pretty crazy colors that is not a staple in my stash. So more than likely I will have to purchase some of the colors. But that's okay. That is one thing I'm, if I need it for a project, I will purchase it. So there's the start of, not the start. There's that. It got a little bit of love. Like I said, I need to get moving on it if I'm going to have it done in time for my local fair. I'm after that big purple ribbon, the best in show. That's all I want, is that ribbon. Now let's talk about my kind of finished object. So I finished my fox from the November Attack of the Amigurumi 2022. I finished my fox, but I'm in a pickle. So here he is so far. He's all done. He's all crocheted, all put together, good to go. He's missing eyes. I am torn about these eyes. I don't know what to do. So for Christmas, I received the Cricut. It's the Cricut Explore Air 2. I've been wanting one for a long time. And yes, I was gifted one by my husband. So I love it. I am learning lots of new things. And I've been following a lot of people that use the Cricut to make eyes for their amigurumi. And I wanted to do this with him. Here's the pattern that I used. And in the pattern, it calls for 18mm safety eyes. He looks cute. Well, so I made on my Cricut some safety eyes. Now, these aren't all put together. But let me show you the ones that I did put together yesterday. I made 3 sets of eyes, 18mm, so they're the right size. But I don't know if any of them are working with him. I even tried just the black ones, and I don't know. So here he is. And then I initially made these to put on him. Then we have to do with these is hot glue them on. I initially made these to put on him. I'm not so sure about those. But, no, my lighting's not in the correct spot. But that's what they look like. And they have, the eye color is gray. I also made these ones just for fun. But I'm not so sure about those either. And these just have some sparkle shape and a little dot. And then the other ones I made just for fun, just to play around. I'm still learning my Cricut, so I'm just playing around with some things. The very first thing I made with my Cricut was a shirt for my daughter, and it's by no means perfect, but she loves it. And then I also made these. These have a glitter color. And I don't know about those either. So the eye color is a silver glitter. They're very cute, but I'm not sure if they're the right things for this guy. And I don't even know what to do. And so in the pattern, he just has black safety eyes. So I'm like, well, maybe I'll just try black. And I just don't think those look right either. I just don't know what to do. What do you guys think? I just don't know. I had one of my friends say these gray ones look nice, but I don't know. My quality control person, you know, doesn't like safety eyes. She says it's hard to cuddle with, and I get it. And this is not for her. But I'm to the point now where I can't put the safety eyes in now. Everything's attached firmly, securely. I'm not going in to add safety eyes. I don't know. Maybe I'll crochet some. I don't know. I just don't know what to do. What do you guys think? Do you think that looks okay? Or maybe it's my fox. Maybe there's something off with my fox. I don't know. Something's off, and I'm not sure. It just looks creepy without eyes. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Just don't know. So once I decide, I will share with you guys what I'm going to do. We shall see. We'll see how that goes. The yarn I use for that, though, is, oh, I love this yarn, I believe, almost. So for the ear tips and the accents for the feet and the legs, I love this yarn in Graybeard. And then for the body was this, I love this yarn in Terracotta. And then for the snout and the tip of the tail, I used Red Heart and the color Buff. So those three colors make up Mr. Fox. Mr. Fox without eyes that I don't know what to do with. I don't know, something, I don't know what to do. I've been thinking about it. I made them yesterday. I made the eyes yesterday. And my intention was to put these gray ones on, but I don't know. What do you guys think? He looks cute, but he doesn't all at the same time. I can't explain it. But the more I keep looking at it with these ones, I think he looks kind of okay. Maybe it's the color? I don't know. I don't know. So that's where we are with that. So that's my kind of finished object. He's done. He's all crocheted up. He's all attached. But he just doesn't have any eyes. So I'm going to think about this. and go from there. And see. He's cute though. A little tail. I think he turned out really cute though. And yeah. Once I get his eyes figured out, I'm just sitting here thinking about his eyes. Once I get his eyes figured out, I'll share with you guys what he looks like. So we'll see how he turns out. So yes, and then I'm skipping December for myself. I really wanted to do the penguin, but time was against my side. And so November is snowman. And I do have a snowman pattern. Excuse me 1 second. That I pulled when I was going through organizing some of my Yarny goodness. I was dealing with some patterns that I had just strewn about, and I was going through my amigurumi binder that I have, and I found this snowman. I think I purchased him off of Etsy. I'm pretty sure that's where I got him from. And it's by Land Amigurumi Toys. That's what the pattern's by. I think it's cute. And I'm pretty sure I purchased this pattern a while ago. There was a big sale, and I'm pretty sure that's when I purchased it. It's all in black and white, of course. And I think that's what I'm going to do for January. I don't have my yarn pulled yet. I assume some white for him. And I'm going to hopefully start that this week. I don't know. I was just sitting here thinking about like the accent colors for like his scarf and stuff. So I'll have to see what I come up with. But that's the pattern I'm going to do for January. I didn't bring up the prize for January with me, but it is on the Facebook page. That's where you can see that. And then I'm going to be drawing for December probably tomorrow, more than likely. I will draw for the December. So I gave an extra week because I announced it later. So I will go ahead and probably draw for that. And I don't have that prize with me now either. And that is also over on the Facebook page. And that's all I did this week. It's not too bad for a week. No. What else? I think that's all I had to discuss. We're not doing any big announcements yet. I do have some plans happening up in the brain, so hopefully to execute those. Christy and I, from Christy from Crochet Creations by Christy, are going to be doing our no filter soon. I haven't worked on anything from that. It's been crazy. But we want to draw for the baby along. We are going to continue for the baby along for 2023. I am working on that post so we can get that up. And yeah, that's all I think I have to share today. I feel like there was something else I want to talk about, but that's it. So I hope you all have a fabulous week, and remember to keep that yarn running through those fingers. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.